Join the HN Live family with its new video platform, HN Live Plus.
Oh!
No.
Oh, it's over! Whoa!
Not only will you get a platform with paywalls and copyright protection, but also 4K streaming at the lowest pricing with customer support. HN Live Plus will also bring high-quality video production, video editing, and social media support to help grow your brand. Join the fastest growing sports streaming company in North America, HN Live Plus. Call today and showcase your content. Join the HN Live family with its new video platform, HN Live Plus.
Oh!
No.
Oh, it's over! Whoa!
Not only will you get a platform with paywalls and copyright protection, but also 4K streaming at the lowest pricing with customer support.
Here comes Boyle on a breakaway. 5-hole scores.
HN Live Plus will also bring high-quality video production, video editing, and social media support to help grow your brand. Join the fastest-growing sports streaming company in North America, HN Live Plus. Call today and showcase your content.
Well, for the final time on day number 1 of the 2025 Cwench Hydration World Invite, I welcome you into Scotiabank Pond Rink number 2. Our final game of today, USA East taking on USA West. East wearing the blues. They'll be heading left to right on your screen in period number 1. And USA West are in the whites. West in the whites. That's how I'll try and remember it. You can do the same at home. They'll be heading right to left to start period number 1. First game of the tournament for both these two teams. So we'll see what they have in store after getting off our first extra time game of the tournament. We'll see what these guys have. Luke Syriac, and for USA West, wearing number 29, Donovan Knapp. Let's have some fun, everyone. My name's Troy Langstaff. Thanks for joining us here on hnlive.ca, and we are underway. Oh, I like that. The USA East, stick clap on the boards. Already as the puck gets dropped. We just wrapped up opening ceremonies, and behind us on rink number 1, and the final teams to be announced were these two in front of us, and the two girls teams that are playing on the rink behind us. They were all in their gear. They lined up on the blue lines as opposed to everyone else who's out of their gear and walked across the red carpet on the ice. It was a good time. Heard the Star Spangled Banner and O Canada to wrap things up before these two teams headed on over here to get the puck dropped in their first game of the tournament. So away we go. West looking to get things out of their own zone. Carried down the far side. Some good pressure. Puck is in front for a second and cleared away quickly. Work through neutral zone. Fox wanted it. It's held on to by Mangadu. Thrown on goal. Puck is loose, and oh my goodness, an excellent stick lift out in front. Syriac had the potential to make the save of the tournament, but didn't have to. The defenseman made a good stick lift in front. So puck is worked back to the blue line. Del Giacco wanted it on the near side. The shot is fired by Liao, and a save in front there by Knapp, his first of the game. Mangadu reaching after that one, too high for him. Here's Reese. Del Giacco wearing number 2 for USA East. Puck is chipped into the near corner. Connor King giving chase, fired around the boards and met on the far side. Nicholas Bocek wearing number 26. Near boards, Trost in there. Jack Cross for USA East. Surveying things as well. Puck worked in below the net. Sam Archibald has it off the glass and out. Now we have a foot race for it. Knapp thought about it. Icing is waved off. Some good pressure in behind the net. Dangerous opportunity there for USA East. Johan Lee throws it around the boards. Here's Myers. Andrew Myers wearing number 10, looking to get things going from neutral ice, and that's flicked high and wide in behind Lucas Grimm. Grimm being watched by Jason Pukov. Here's Lee now with it. Short pass up, backhand feed is off the mark. Jason Pukov intercepts. Pukov down on the Knapp has his sights set on it. He snatches it for a whistle. And we're flying through things here. Nearly 3 minutes already gone in period number 1 between USA East and USA West. Both of these teams will have 6 games before now and Saturday afternoon. That's a lot of hockey over the course of the next couple days, and that's just round robin play. There's 7 teams in the boys division. Everyone plays everyone once. And then the top 4 make it to the semis. 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Blanchard in a lone shot scores. USA East on the board first, courtesy. What a goal to open things up. Mr. Sebastian Blanchard. All right, just sneaking that one underneath the arm of Donovan Knapp. We'll see if West can respond. Thrown around. Nathan Lighton there to get it, plays it off the boards, back around for Connor King. Jack Irwin with it, loses the handle. Jackson Lau in to help out. Has Budovsky with them. Budovsky fires a shot. That goes off a body. Arjun Mangadu chips it around his man. Mangadu gets drilled into the boards, and we're going to see our first penalty of the game. It's going to be a head contact penalty on the far boards, and USA West will head to a power play. Try and even things up at 1. The penalty is going to go against number 5, Emmett Ofiero. Just 2 minutes for head contact. Thrown on goal goes just wide. Still trying to get the rhythm of things here on day number 1. Working the score bug. Doing the commentary. Having a good time, I'll tell you that. Back to the blue line it goes. Grimm dishes it off to the far side. Myers back out in front into the slot area for Brody Trost. He's wearing number 95. Unable to pull the trigger at the top of the circles as it's fed down low. Del Giaco is watching a couple guys in that far corner, trying to cover the lanes. Passed out in front, goes into some skates, and maybe a 2-on-1 brewing here for USA East. Away goes Lau. He's got a man with him. Lau gonna hold on. That shot attempt goes into a body as Max Prudovsky was pinned off and pushed into that far post. He'll peel back and head off on a change. Get some fresh legs out there on the penalty kill. That's, well, doing a good job of killing off that penalty. Already a minute gone in the infraction against Emmett Ofiero. Head contact was the penalty. And again, 1-0 is the score. First goal, this one coming off the stick of Sebastian Blanchard. Trost works it down low, centering passes too far in front of Trost. To be Ethan Zhang trying to work it out in front and across the line. Archibald drops it for Watson. Carter Watson in number 16. And red, white, and blue, and a pass all the way across for Zhang, and offside is the call. He had all this daylight in the world, but the pass didn't get there quick enough. So faceoff's gonna come all the way outside of the US West blue line. 22 seconds left in the penalty to Ofiero. Dumped into the corner as Team East killing off some more time on the early penalty kill. Fed up to the blue line. Swiped at by Dominic Fuentes. It's wearing number 64. Quite the color combos on all the US West skaters. Different colored helmets and gloves. Driving towards the net, rebounds there, and that goes just wide. Fuentes had the initial shot. Good save by Syriac. Here's Fuentes again, saucer pass out in front into the skates of, looked to be Sloan Hall out there. It was indeed, he's wearing number 93. Nash Springer fires it around the boards. Spioletti was at the blue line in case it got there. Thrown on goal by Pukov. He was on his knees when he fired that shot attempt as Brando Duncan lays the body in front of his own bench. A couple players get crossed up at the top of the circle. Centering feed is sticked away by Syriac. Got enough of it to disrupt the pass as King was pinching off the blue line. Tried to go back towards the far corner, but it's intercepted by Team East. That was Ofiero. Here's Fox. Wanted to go up for Mangadu. Couldn't quite connect on the feed as the puck is just beneath us and works its way to the far side. Expecting a hit was Blanchard. One not coming Here's Fox, tried to work it across. He'll fire a shot off the side of the net. Hit in behind the goal. 7 1/4 to go in this first period. 1-0 USA East. Welby trying to get in the way of things. Across the blue line goes Bocek, and turnover here. Welby with it now. Welby works in, centering pass. Again, that goes right through the crease. Chris Welby wearing number 9. Here's Fox. Drops it for Mangadu and deny his man on the doorstep. Here's Grimm. Up for Mangadu. Wasn't a very hard pass, but the puck got to where it needed to be, and nearly a turnover out in front. A rolling puck is settled down by Watson as he goes quickly down the far side. Wanted to get it back to Archibald. Drop pass here for Lau. Fires a shot off the post. Here goes Team West in transition. Myers over for Zhang. Zhang back door. That hits the side of the post, trying to chip it over the leg of Syriac, and that was no good as well, as US West starting to find some offense, connect on some passes, and get some good opportunities. Stretch pass, saucer pass up for Lau. A bouncing puck got by Nash Springer for a moment, but didn't land on the stick of Lau. Under 6 to go in this first period. I feel like we haven't had too many whistles. At the blue line is Schioletti. Springer bumps his man as the puck is worked out from below the goal line. A backhand pass with no intended target. Just hoping it got to someone. Didn't get to anyone. Here's Watson. Watson gonna cut across, back the other way. Shot, and a nice save by Knapp. Got the shoulder on it. Excellent look from the slot area for Team US East. That gets through Fuentes. Del Giaco tried to cut up the other way and gets pushed up against the boards by Fuentes. Here's Schioletti being watched by Duncan. Schioletti, slow roller up to center ice, is poked at by Leighton. Ethan Leighton wearing number 33. Here's King again. King had some open ice to give it up to his man, but passes off the mark. Schioletti once more with it. Chips it up the boards, wanting to get it to the blue line. A stick lift there by Jack Cross. Advances the puck, but quickly back the other way goes Team West. Irwin avoids a check, gets it over for Cross. King tied up with his man in the far corner. King comes away with it up for Fuentes, passes off the mark. Fiero holds the line off the glass, and that'll go up into the netting with 4:09 to go in this first period. 1-0 in favor of Team US East. Sebastian Blanchard kick things off. 3 minutes and 11 seconds into this first period. Face off coming to the right, Donovan Knapp. He is wearing number 29 as opposed to number 31 that it listed on the website. Always got to keep an eye out for those things. So Donovan Knapp in goal for Team US West wearing number 29. Mangadu across for Bocek. Bocek trying to work his way around Fiero. Back to the blue line. Here's Grimm. Grimm with the drive, deflected, took a couple bounces, backhand. No, can't get the shot off, was Bocek. And pinching off the line here is Yohan Lee. Here's Lucas Grimm. Grimm got to be quick with it as a couple of East players were advancing on him quickly. That gets through Blanchard. Welby chasing after Grimm. Grimm fakes one way, tried to go back the other way, and is tied up in the corner. Backhand pass up for Blanchard. All the way across it goes. A quick shot, glove down, and that'll take us to another whistle here. 3:15 to go in this first period. US West with a quicker turnaround of the two teams. They play tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. here on this same rink. And Team US East is back in action at 11:45, so a bit more of a break. They're on Scotiabank Pond, rink number 4, taking on Team Toronto. And a quick save right off the face-off, and well, we'll try that again. Both teams play twice tomorrow. Both teams play twice on knockout round, playoff stage, whatever you want to call it. That will also be on Saturday. So a lot of hockey coming their way. Even if they don't finish in the top 4 of 7. Another quick shot off the faceoff, and Knapp has got to be sharp, and well, has been so far, just the one by him. Tross backhand passes intercepted. Jackson Lau going to throw that off the boards, up for Watson. Springer. Around the boards he goes, up to the blue line. Nice chip play. Skating onto it is Myers. Has a couple teammates with him. Myers, Springer. Didn't get the shot he wanted as it was blocked by Archibald, and away goes Team US East. Here's Prudovsky. Throws that all the way across. Maybe a break here for US West. It was slowed up and the chip up the boards into the middle. Here's Zhang. Has it knocked off of his stick by Jackson Lau. Lau into the middle. Prudovsky with a high shot. Knapp got a piece of it, got just enough to put it by the goal. Under 2 minutes to go in this first period. 1-0. Team USA East. They're wearing those blues. Team USA West in the whites. The Western Selects, if you will. Kukov chasing after it. In to help out. There's Jack Cross, and a shot from a tough angle off the stick of Leiden. Pete Leidner, number 12. Jack Cross with a big reverse hit on his man, Brando Duncan. And the near side corner. Board battle continues. Scioletti will pinch in off the blue line. Cross will back him up at the blue. Connor King, far side, going to start a breakout. And that goes off a leg. Arm is up for icing. No, it's waved off, so play will continue as we're into the final minute of this first period. Swing of the stick, player goes down, play will continue. The officials have been letting everyone play today. Keeps things flowing in a tournament. Gotta love it as that shot goes off a stick and up into the netting with exactly 36 seconds to go in this first period. Again, Troy Langstaff with you here on hnlive.ca. Face-off coming to the right of Luke Syriac. Mangadu throws it in the corner. Charlie Fox gets cut off. That puck doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Still tied up in below that goal line. Finally spits its way loose into the near side corner. Shipped up through center and kicked at by Lucas Grimm. Final 10 seconds of the frame. We'll see if someone can get a shot off as Mangadu tries to work his way in. Boyle throws it around. And that will do it for the first 15 minutes of play in a period that went by pretty quickly. Some good action back and forth. And the teams will head to the dressing room as that's what we've been doing, a flood after 2 periods of play. So we started the day off with a game. They played first and second. We had a flood, then they played the third. And then the first period of the following game and did a flood. So that's where we're at right now. We'll do a flood after the first period, get the ice fresh, and play through period number 2 and 3. 1-0 is the score after the first 15 minutes of play. Sebastian Blanchard with the lone tally for Team USA East. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 for second period action between USA East and USA West.
Join the HN Live family with its new video platform, HN Live Plus.
Oh!
No.
Oh, it's over! Whoa!
Not only will you get a platform with paywalls and copyright protection, but also 4K streaming at the lowest pricing with customer support.
Here comes Boyle on a breakaway. 5-hole scores.
HN Live Plus will also bring high-quality video production, video editing, and social media support to help grow your brand. Join the fastest growing sports streaming company in North America, HN Live Plus. Call today and showcase your content.
All right, welcome back inside Scotiabank Pond Rink number 2 here as we continue our coverage on hnlive.ca of the 2025 Cwench Hydration World Invite. My name's Troy Langstaff. Thanks for joining us here tonight as this is our final game of the day on this rink before we get things going again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Right now, it's Team USA East with a 1-0 lead over Team USA West. The only goal of that opening period was off the stick of Sebastian Blanchard at 11:49. USA West unable to capitalize on that, and that's really all we got so far for you. First game of the tournament for both of these two sides, who are right back in action. Both of them, actually, sorry, just 9:45 a.m. for USA West. 9:45 a.m. They're taking on Team Canada Atlantic, and then for Team USA East, 11:45, taking on Team Toronto. Extra time today, and it was actually the last game that we just had between USA North and Canada Prairie's girls teams. That ended in overtime. It was a fun one to be a part of, fun one to call, and it's been a competitive game so far, so we'll see if we get a little bit more extra time. Here's Myers, is gonna spin back, being watched by Nolan Boyle. Puck trying to work its way up the boards. Can't clear the zone. Thrown out by Connor King. Brody Trost giving chase. Zhang in there to help out. Has to curl back. Welby with it. Carries it in across the line, excuse me. Welby feeds it in behind his back. Able to get the shot off, but a good save by Donovan Knapp. Here's Boyle. Gonna spin back and a race for it here. Welby, will he win it? No, he was able to get a piece of it, but couldn't get there first as it's launched in by Boyle. Full line change here by Team USA East. Thrown in by Zhang. Syriac will stop it. Dangerous attempt there, cutting in front of your own net like that, but it works. And USA East is able to get it all the way up there and deflect it on goal, but a good save by Donovan Knapp. Here's Del Giaco. Lee looking behind him, fired up the boards. Lau works it across for Schioletti, and he had to corral a bouncing puck, and all he could really do with it was throw it 10 feet deeper into the zone. That pass goes in behind the net, and Prudovsky on the receiving end of a big check on the far boards. Grimm backpedaling, watching his man, centering pass for Lau. Didn't quite get there, and to the backhand, his shot slides wide of the goal. Max Prudovsky works it back to the blue line. Fake one way and fired in. Far boards, long shot goes wide. It's off the stick of Sam Archibald. Away goes Dominic Fuentes. Tried to toe drag into the middle to no avail, and a changing Western Select squad had to be careful there. There's a lot of guys onto the ice to a speed, but the ones going off are not so fast. Prudovsky, good job to hold the line as he was heading off on a change. Thrown in behind the net by Nash Springer. Jack Cross was pointing at that puck. Here's Springer. Back to the blue line for Bocek, who's nearly intercepted. A long shot, goes off a body. Didn't get all the way to the net. Good defensive play by both these squads. The goalies haven't really had to make too many, if any, 10-bell saves. Here's Wood at the blue line. Will fire a shot looking for a deflection. Nearly shot it into his own man, Jason Pukov, and now we have a foot race. Mangadu working in. Played up and just out of the reach of Mangadu, able to skate onto it. Mangadu with the drive and puts that one wide of the net, all the way around the boards and out into the neutral zone. Here's King, works it across. Saucer pass up for Bocek, a little bit too high. Past Fierro, and icing is waved off. We'll keep things rolling. I don't think we've even seen a whistle yet in this second period. Nearly 5.5 minutes, or 4.5 minutes gone, excuse me. King into the corner. Mangadu working his way out, and just like that, puck is jumped on, and there is our first whistle. 4 minutes and 29 seconds into the second period. Jumped on by Luke Syriac. Seen a couple of the girls' teams only put one goalie on the roster. They don't play as many games. They're in groups, 2 groups of 4, so they play their 3 round robin games. Actually, they play 4. And then potentially playoffs. The boys' teams, a couple more games for their total. So you probably want to have a couple of goaltenders, especially when you're playing multiple games in a day. I guess that is the case with the girls' teams as well. Zhang watching his man, that is slid all the way through, and well, that'll be an icing as we're starting to get a couple of whistles back to back right after I mention it. So face-off will come back into the U.S. East zone to the right of Luke Syriac. Looked like that face-off was won forward by Ethan Zhang. He's battling for it as Reese Del Giaco pokes at it, reaches for it. Far corner it goes now. Andrew Myers. Myers is going to stop up at the half wall, look for some options, spin back the other way. Myers goes back to the blue line for Grimm, who wanted to give it back to Myers, but just barely, not enough. In between the legs goes Zhang, and that would have been quite the play. Del Giaco curls back one way, throws it up the boards, doesn't have a man there. Blanchard was the one that was supposed to be there on the left wing. Played up, poked at, held in the zone once more. USA East is trying to get the puck out at this point. The puck just being worked on the near side half wall. Zhang comes out with it, curls in front, throws it out in front, and that went off the leg of Luke Syriac, and that puck is bouncing, does it go in behind him? Able to jump on it. Quite the play there. A play that, well, not even play, a shift that seemed like there really wasn't much coming of it. Turned into a chance just like that, and the puck nearly found its way in behind Luke Syriac. Slow pass out in front, Syriac with a good save. Initial pass was made by Fuentes, just soft right into the middle. Sometimes that's all you need. Jackson Bombino works it up. Bombino wearing number 9. Away goes Prudovsky trying to work in around Bombino. The battle continues into the near left side corner. Prudovsky tries the wraparound to no avail. He's denied on that far post. Prudovsky still with it. Backhand pass to the blue line. Tried to get it to Wood, but he couldn't do much with it. Here's Hall. Hall across for Fuentes, and that puck is deflected, but goes off the glass and play continues. And behind the net, rolling puck, centering pass out in front, a shot, and what a glove save. Snatching, excuse me, that one out of the air. And Syriac. That puck just popped right out in front. Good chance. No goal. And That puck takes a hop off the Zamboni. Doors work down front, and nearly a bang-bang play there for Charlie Fox. I mentioned that earlier. I don't know if it was this game or last game, but the boards, right where those Zamboni doors are, typically always a rough around the edges, and nearly factored into a goal just a couple seconds ago. Held in by Bocek. Nearly lost it. Lighton able to hold the line. Feeds it into the corner, but picked off by Jack Irwin. Nice pass. Suppose it was not, actually, if it went off the skates of Jason Pukov. And back down we'll go as it's an icing against Team USA East. The right idea, just not quite tape to tape. Controlled by the Western Selects on the backhand shot blocker save. Ofiero just trying to, excuse me, that was Mangadu just trying to throw things on goal. Mangadu at the blue line. Gonna hold, fire a shot. Good save by Syriac. That gets in behind Mangadu, and Welby can't get there in time, so we'll have an icing with 6:25 to go in the second period. Still just the one goal up on the board. Again, courtesy of Sebastian Blanchard. It was just over 3 minutes into the game. Snuck that one underneath the glove. Donovan Knapp. Run around. There's Myers working on the puck. Schioletti in there for USA East. Still in the corner is Myers to the blue line here for Grimm. Grimm puts it along the line for Johan Lee. Fires it in the corner just in time. He took a spill. Zhang in there trying to lay the body. Puck comes loose. Dangerous pass out in front. Myers nearly intercepted. Chipped up the boards. Trost feeds it back down in the corner. Myers wanted to give it back to Trost, but couldn't put enough lumber on the puck to get it to the intended target. Chipped up to the blue line, worked out by Welby, and a chance here for Team USA East. Welby has Blanchard with him. Welby out in front, shot deflected and just goes wide of the goal. Blanchard nearly had his second of the game. Loose puck in some skates. Fox is digging away. Here's Prudovsky from a tough angle, and a save is made. Wood now at the blue line. Will feed it off the boards into the corner. Prudovsky with a spinorama, centering pass, gets back to the blue line for Wood. Trying to create a lane, didn't have one. He gets it back from the far side on the backhand though. Throws it on goal, is deflected by Prudovsky and hits the side of the net, and play will continue. And the puck is worked back to neutral ice. Tyler Wood. A nice play to split the forwards, and USA West making a couple changes. A 4-on-2 the other way. Centering pass, whiffed on the far side. Watson can't get a piece of it, and they had numbers but couldn't do much with it. Not even a shot on goal. Unfortunately, that puck is worked across the blue line, and offside is the call. 4:14 to go. Second period, USA East and West. Good battle. Sometimes you always worry at these summer hockey tournaments about the skill level, but hey, this is a Cwench Hydration World Invite Tournament, okay? We're gonna have some good competition. That's exactly what has been delivered to us so far today. Bombino down the right side, drops it for Fuentes. Not enough on it, and the puck will clear the zone. Springer now. Being watched by Cross. Here's Fuentes, nearly turned the puck over. Got to be careful there in your own zone. And passes off the mark, was intended for Duncan. Alfiero is forced to spin back, and Some good work there. Fuentes with a shot. Toe save, digging away, and the puck does not cross the line. What a stop there by Luke Syriak, making sure that one stays out. With 3:42 left in the period, the heel or the toe of that right leg, that was a dandy indeed. And a game that certainly hasn't had too many highlight reel plays. That's probably the best one that we've seen so far, and we'll see if that can create some offensive momentum in favor of USA East. A centering pass. Here's Pukov. Pukov feeds it down low. Backhand chance. They score. USA in the second period, and a save. Big save turns into a goal. A big one indeed. This one off the stick of Jack Cross. 2-0. It's incredible how that happens. I'm not going to say this game has been slow by any means, but like I said, there hasn't been highlight reel chances or saves, and then we see a huge save by Luke Syriak, and does indeed turn into some East. Then Jack Cross buries one. Right off the draw, puck is worked down low, banging away on the near side post, and we will get a whistle in this one. 2:49 to go in the second period. 2-0, USA East. Sebastian Blanchard and Jack Cross with their first of the tournament. Welby with a good one-touch pass, and behind him, Blanchard reaching for it, trying to work it around King. Blanchard actually drops it, and Western Selects will work in transition. Here's Bocek. Bocek cutting through a couple skaters, loses the handle. This puck finds its way into the far corner. Bocek intercepts the pass, trying to weave his way in between a couple of USA East players to no avail. Welby must have got a piece of it. Icing is waved off. Yohan Lee trying to get things going off his skates. Held on to by Boyle. Boyle on the backhand. Here's Welby. Starts the cycle, trying to get it down low for Blanchard. Blanchard, excuse me. Here's Del Giaco watching Mangadu. Had Bocek with him behind him, didn't see him. And that's thrown in deep by Ofiero. Excuse me, Connor King. Well, Bocek worked that all the way to the blue line and had a high saucer pass across for Grimm, who feeds it down low. Lee's now got a back pedal, has a player behind him in the form of Nolan Boyle. Blanchard drops it for Welby. Welby with a little bit of space. He'll hold, shoot, and just stopped at the top of the crease for a second as they were winding and weaving their way, crisscrossing paths, and nearly able to bury the biscuit with just over a minute to go in this second period. Trying to get their squad on the board. This will come back to the blue line for Lee. Quick backhand pass for Zhang. He's got some room. High shot off the dome of Luke Syriak potentially. Might have got a glove on it. Got a piece. Whether it was the hand or the head, that puck stayed out of the net. Shot from distance, blocker saved by Syriak. Puck is collected by Archibald, works it up. Wow, and that goes chipped up high and over the glass for a whistle with 30 seconds to go in the second period. 2-0 right now, USA East. Haven't even seen a penalty in the second period, just the one goal. Archibald throws it around. Pinching out the line is Bombino. Tross covered the blue line for a second as Bombino gets back. Now he's got a back pedal as quickly worked. Here's a chance, far boards for USA East. Backhand shot, what a save, second chance, still on the doorstep. And we will get a whistle here with just 7.2 to go. That would have been a backbreaker goal. Had USA East been able to bury that one. Western Select still trying to break. It is Luke Syriac. Oh, dangerous chance here off the draw. Not sure what that hit, but the puck stayed out, and an excellent opportunity right off the face-off. And the Western Selects are going to catch a break there at the end of the second period, and they're going to have to find a couple in the next 15 minutes to at least push this game to some extra time. It's been a good one so far. Again, USA East up 2-0. Your goal scorers, for what it's worth, one more time: Sebastian Blanchard and Jack Cross. Blanchard's goal came 3:11 into the first period, and Jack Cross's goal came with 3:10 left in the second. Again, these teams in action tomorrow. 2 games apiece for USA West, 9:45 and 3 p.m. And for USA East, 11:45 and 3 p.m. So that's a quick turnaround. We'll see what's in store. Going to be a fun weekend here in North York at Scotiabank Pond, home of the Toronto Junior Canadiens, the OJHL. Toronto Junior Canadiens minor hockey, Toronto Titans as well. Okay, if anyone's having a good time right now, it's the officials down at center ice. That's what summer hockey's all about, ain't it? We're rolling. In period number 3 of the final game of the day here for the Cwench Hydration World Invite 2025. Here's Fuentes. Tries to curl that around Jack Irwin. USA East working quickly in transition. Here's Lau, has a stick lifted and can't get the shot off. That's just a good hard defensive play there by Sloan Hall. Ofiero, back for Irwin. Irwin plays it up to his man, knocked down with a high. He'll chip it in. Syriac will slow it up and behind the net. Lau got around one man, but quickly bumped the other way by Fox. Here's Cross. He's got the second of 2 here for USA East, and both teams making a couple changes. Here's Bocek far side. Here's Mangadu with him. Will dish it to the top of the circles, but Mangadu can't get a shot off. Far blue line, nice. Calm pass off the boards for Schialetti. He'll fire a shot, toe save, puck was there for half a second. But covered up there by Donovan Knapp. Again, if you weren't aware, the opening ceremonies took place about an hour ago. In behind us on Scotiabank Pond, rink number 1. Big save there by Donovan Knapp. Wasn't even sure where the puck was, but they were initially scheduled for Friday, but just took place. Introduced all teams, boys and girls. Stood for both national anthems. Good show. Turn the lights down, had some music. Got all the teams to walk across the red carpet, except for the 4 teams that are playing right now. They were all dressed up in their gear. Got to go to the blue lines. Pass out in front is off the mark. Bombino is going to play it back here for Springer. Springer didn't like what he saw, curls it, dishes it across for Bombino, who whiffs on the pass, stays with it though. Got to move it quickly and does indeed. Here's Zhang. Ethan Zhang. Syriac got a stick on that attempt. Down to the half wall for Zhang. Curls away from Del Giaco and can't get the pass to the blue line. And here comes USA East quickly. Pukov's gonna hold, shoot, that went off some iron. You could hear it from all the way up here. Tross couldn't settle down a bobbling puck, a couple of toe drags into some skates, driving towards the net. Blanchard backhand shot goes just wide of the goal. Into the skates of Zhang, works it across the blue line. Blanchard picks it up, and look at all this room in front of Sebastian Blanchard. He'll take advantage. He'll drop it back for Chris Welby. Blanchard with it once more. Goes to the blue line for Archibald. Archibald is going to fire a shot. Good save by Knapp. Springer. Up for Myers. Puck finds its way into neutral ice. Quickly sent back in. Here's Zhang. Makes one nice move, works it across, and trying to feed that on the doorstep was Brody Tross. The right idea, just couldn't execute. So Western selects, not looking for anything right now, and maybe that was it. No. Myers couldn't get out of the way of his own man, and away goes USA East. Backhander down the wall, puck into the corner now. Here's Carter Watson. Looked like Archibald wanted it at the blue line, and now it'll get to him. Faked one way, throws it into the corner. Prudovsky lays the body. Here's Ofiero, and the puck will be pushed out of the zone by Trost. He'll head off on a change. Archibald in for USA East. Archibald holds for Prudovsky, puts it in his skates, spins, fires a shot, and the puck will stay out. Donovan Knapp was quite unsure of where that puck was, but gets a whistle. Has to reach in behind and find that in his gear. Hands it to the official. Puck did not cross the line. Stays 2-0 for USA East, but Donovan Knapp can save everything that comes his way, but he still needs some goals from the squad in front of him. By no means is this a must-win. That'd be silly to say in game number 1 of this tournament, but would obviously put some confidence in the group heading into the next couple of days of games. Your magic number for wins to get into that top 4, you're probably looking at like 3. Here's Ofiero, fires a shot, Knapp with a save. So it'd be nice to get one of those out of the way on day 1. Here's Bocek, has a 1-on-2, 1-on-3. Can't get around Ofiero to begin with. Just over 9 minutes to go in this 3rd period. Leiden with a saucer pass right on the stick of Cross. couple of players overskate that puck. Mangatu trying to reach after it. Del Giaco is going to go back the other way. Bocek in there now for the Western Selects. Backhand feed, but no one there for the Selects, and away goes USA East. Sebastian Blanchard, got to be one of the fastest skaters we've seen on this ice today. Big check there by Charlie Fox. And below that goal line, Fox is going to pick up the puck. Centering pass again. No one there until the top of the circles. They hold on to it. Backhand feed. Backdoor shot gets off, but goes wide. They've had opportunities, have the Western Selects, but yet to execute. That shot's deflected and slowly works its way in and pounced on there by Luke Syriac. No one really in a dangerous area for USA West, but nevertheless, not a bad idea to just hold on to that puck and get a whistle. .8:14 to go in the third period. Face-off controlled here by USA East. That is Sebastian Blanchard. Wanted to get it up for Welby. Turnover forced by the Selects. Here's Myers. Tough to backpedal, put that stick behind your back and accept that pass. Lighton works it across now for King. Tipped in by Myers. Jang working in on his man. Drives him into the boards. Myers still with it for King. Fires a shot, and that's going to be gloved down by Syriac. I'll show you what the goalie's backing up today. USA East, number 60, Brody Dickinson. On the bench today, we'll probably get that first start tomorrow. And for the Western Selects, number 70, Hunter Bolin. East with control. Fed across, up through center. Watson dumps it in. They're gonna say a delayed offside right now. That was quite the delayed call by the officials. The Western Selects coaching staff, Jeff Turcotte and Sean Pitcher, both put their arms up and were a little bit confused as to what was going on and why the arm wasn't up sooner. Now they want it to go outside the US East blue line, but the faceoff's gonna stay where it is. 7:15 to go in this third period. Controlled here by USA East off the draw. Archibald works it across, deflected in by Watson, and deflected in, I mean, into the US West bench. So we'll try that again. This faceoff will come outside the US East zone. Thrown in by Watson. Lee back to retrieve. Gets knocked over. Back to the blue line. Low shot is steered away. And a huge hit in behind the net. Watson absolutely laying out his man. And they're gonna call a penalty on that. And to the displeasure of the crowd sitting to my right. Not going to give you my opinion on that one. That was certainly a big collision. Happened pretty fast. But Watson is to the box. Just a 2-minute minor. Play's going to be gloved down. So just a couple seconds. You know, this penalty kill again. Carter Watson to the box for head contact. We saw a 4-minute head contact penalty called earlier in the day. This one just a 2 right now, but more importantly, a huge opportunity for the Western Selects to get on the board. Fox will carry it in. Back to the blue line, here's Grimm. To the half wall for Fox. Mangadu fends off Lau from getting the puck, able to work it back to the blue line. Thinking about forcing it out in front. Bocek will hold on to it. That passes off the mark. US East will collect, and in between some skates and potentially a chance. That could have been dangerous, as USA East had a couple of skaters finding their way down the ice. Fox thought about taking it with some speed. Stretch pass up for Mangadu. Grimm's gonna backhand that deep into the zone, and already a minute gone, and the penalty to Carter Watson. Not much doing on this Western Selects power play. Got to be careful on the change here as well. Nice move cutting in as Bombino gets a shot off, and a good save by Syriac. So there's a little bit of something here on this power play. Zhang, he'll curl, work his way back up the wall to the blue line. It goes. Springer. Western Selects only had 4 skaters on the ice there for a second. Centering feed. He's able to spin and clear that the length of the ice, and just about 10 seconds left to go in the penalty to Watson. Had about one good chance there with the Selects on that power play. Maybe one last rush until Watson can rejoin the play. Actually, he'll head to the bench, driving towards, rather all the way around. The goal is Myers to the blue line, thrown in below, unsuccessful on the power play. Are the Western Selects. Bombino. Here's Zhang creating some speed from his own zone. Gets around one skater. No, has it poked away. Here's Pukov. Far side, it's Jack Cross now. Backhand feed. Play will continue into the final 4:05 of this third period. Myers heads to the post. Zhang has it in his skates, fires a shot. That goes off a stick and up high into the netting with 3:56 to go in the third, and just not much doing here for this US West team. Down by 2. Face off to the right of Luke Syriac. Lighten off the draw, thrown on goal, and that'll be gloved down. Bit of a knuckle puck from the blue line by Ethan Lighten. See if he can get another chance. He'll have to back up as the puck looked like it was about to get out of the zone, but in below that goal line. That drive by King can't get through 8 legs. Backhand pass, back door. Here's King at the blue line with a low wrister, and that goes into some skates as well. Sloan Hall tried to toe drag to no avail. Boyle's going to drop it for Welby. Back down for Boyle, digging away on the side of the net. Puck is still loose. Thrown into the far corner. King, what can he do with it? Those are the reach of everyone, but icing is waved off, and look at a speedy Dominic Fuentes get in there. Duncan coming in to help out. Puck comes away here for USA East. Here's Welby. Welby to the backhand. Just over 2:30 remaining in this third period. 2-0 here for USA East. Far side, the Western Selects come in. That was Bocek with it. Nick Bocek down low, centering pass. No one there, and that puck is jumped on by Syriac. Western Selects have a timeout in their pocket if they want to take it. They also have the option of calling Donovan Knapp to the bench for an extra attacker. We'll see if they do either of those in this final couple minutes, and it looks like they will take Knapp out of the out of the net for the extra attacker, and onto the ice comes Ethan Zhang. And we are away into the final 2:20 of this one. Worked across. Here's Grimm. Fires a drive, and a good save there by Syriac. Able to look around the traffic that was in front. Off the draw, Lee with a low shot. Puck is there. They swipe away, goes into some skates. They shoot. That one goes wide. Okay, a couple of chances. Let's see if you can build off this momentum. Can't allow a goal here as that one's chipped the length of the ice. Icing is waved off as Lee catches an edge. It goes face first into the boards. He's back on his feet. Into the final 2 minutes, that one's goes just wide of the goal. Here's Zhang. Has to cut back, and that passes off the mark. Watson now onto it. Prudovsky. Passes off the stick. We'll have to clear the zone. Goes into the stomach of Mangadu, I believe that was, far side. And slides it wide into the final minute 20 of this one. Out in front, shot attempt, they score. And the Western Selects were struggling to just get that puck out. And the USA East able to bury that one, and that'll put this one to bed. 3-0 is the score right now with 1:13 to go. So back in the net goes Donovan Knapp. Cutting across the line goes Ofiero. He'll fire a drive and stick save with exactly a minute to go in this one. I believe it was Jackson Lau that got the final touch on that empty netter. It was thrown towards the net. Prudovsky was in front and might have touched it before or after it got to the goal line. I think the goal score at this point doesn't really matter that much, but for the sake of mentioning it, I do believe it was Jackson Lau. That one's fired on goal. Final 45. Carried up by Duncan. Works in, Tross throws it in the corner. Myers chasing after it. Jack Irwin throws it around the boards. They've yet to see a team on this rink today get shut out. Worked across by, or over to Irwin. Final 10 seconds will wind down here as Springer heads back, being watched by Leiden. Springer will give it up and away. One final shove on Ofiero, and that will be the sound of the buzzer, and Team USA East will take it by a score of 3-0 and pick up their first win of the 2025 Cwench Hydration World Invite here from Toronto. And it's a shutout for Luke Syriac. Big performance, that's got to feel good, and we'll stay here with you for the 3 stars of the game and then our final sign-off of the day. Looks like we will get the handshakes first, but we'll stay with you for the 3 stars of the game that we've been doing all day long. Teams will line up on their respective blue lines. Five more games for both teams. A long week ahead. We'll be with you every step of the way here on hnlive.ca. I think one of my favorite parts of the weekend is been seeing where some of these players are coming all the way from. And yeah, you get USA East and USA West. It's not too specific, but earlier, our game prior to this had a Team USA North. Every single player on that girls team was from Minnesota, but just to see the actual locations was pretty interesting, seeing how far they're coming from. And obviously a lot of the girls might not know one another, but we'll send it down for our 3 stars.
Hi everyone, thanks for being patient with me as I cut together here. I hope everyone enjoyed the opening ceremonies. Without further ado, I'd like to present our 3 stars of the game. From US East, I'd like to call number 87, Jackson Lau.
3rd star of the game going to USA East's number 87, Jackson Lau. Was the one that put this game to bed, if you will, with the empty netter. Time for the photo op.
From Team US West, number 26, Nicholas Kosek.
2nd star of the game from Team USA West, Nicholas Bocek.
And our 1st star of the game from Team US East, our goalie wearing number 26 today, Luke Syriac.
And no surprise there. Luke Syriac, the 1st star of the game, posting up a shutout in game number 1. That's certainly a way to make a statement.
Thank you all for coming out. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right, so that'll do it for the final game of the day. A 3-0 victory for Team USA East. On behalf of the HNLive.ca crew, my name's Troy Langstaff. I also like to say thanks for Sov Hoopa, James Spalding, and Jason Davison, Eric Circa, and everyone else that worked on the other rinks. Today was a very fun and exciting day number 1 of action here for the 2025 Cwench Hydration World Invite Tournament. We'll be right back here in action, starting games at 8 a.m. tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed day number 1 of the coverage. We'll see you shortly. Have a good day, everyone.